everybody, how are you? Today is Wednesday, and I'm going to start with chapter 5, okay? So when we last left off, the person that owned the coin shop was like, actually, you're right, somebody did rob me. Remember at first he thought that no one had? So Cam and Eric ran back into the store. Mr. Collins was standing by the door holding two small display boxes. The boxes were empty. These were two of the most valuable. Hi, Sophie. You want to listen too? Would you like to read to them or just listen?
I'm eating.
I know. So you want to just listen?
I'll do it later.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Oh, okay. These were the two of the most valuable coins, he said. They were gold and almost 100 years old, and now they're gone. Was anything else taken, Cam asked. No, I didn't know anything was gone until I found these empty boxes. They were in the case where I left them. And the case was still locked. He closed the door of the case. Mr. Collins telephoned the police. Then, after he hung up the telephone, he said to Cam and Eric, I just don't understand it. I've been robbed. And I haven't even opened the store yet. The locks weren't broken. Cam and Eric stood by the door and waited for the police. Mr. Collins kept shaking his head and saying, I just don't understand it. Cam and Eric heard a siren. The noise got louder and louder. Then a police car drove up and parked in front of the coin shop. The siren stopped. Both front doors of the car opened. The driver got out first. It was a tall, thin policewoman. Then a policeman got out from the other side of the car. He was fat and had a mustache. Both police officers came quickly into the store. Have you read this one before? You did? So you know what happens.
I actually forget. I haven't read it since second grade.
Oh, that was a while ago. The police asked Mr. Collins what was taken. I don't understand it, Mr. Collins told the police. I have all the best locks. They're brand new. I didn't even know I was robbed until these children told me. Can you tell us what was taken? The policeman asked again. 2 gold coins. Here's the picture of Mr. Collins and the police. All right, you want to read stuff? All right, go for it. You might like a different voice.
Where?
Right there.
Mr. Collins showed the police the empty display boxes and the case they were kept in. Then Cam and Eric told the police about their science fair and the photograph Cam took of Eric and his sundial. A man was leaving the store when I took the picture, Cam said. He followed us to school and stole the film right out of my camera. It's too bad we don't have that picture, the policewoman said. But we do have a picture of him, Cam told her. I went click and took Eric's picture with my mental camera. Before I used to use my real camera, I also went click. When the man ran past the window at school and when he dropped my camera in the woods, you have pictures? You should have showed them to us right away, the policewoman said. They aren't real pictures, Eric.
Eric explained, they're mental pictures. Cam can look at them and tell you exactly what the man looks like. The policewoman smiled and said, well, that's almost as good. She took a pencil and pad from her pocket and asked Cam to describe the man. Cam closed her eyes and said, click. The best picture I have of him is when he ran past the window at school. He was wearing a red plaid jacket, a yellow shirt, and brown pants. He's thin and not very tall. He has dark hair and wears big eyeglasses with red frames. What? Mr. Collins said. Did you say red eyeglasses? That's Jimmy. Dum, da-dum, dum. That's mystery music. I wonder who Jimmy is.
Oh, Mom, I forgot to tell you something.
What?
They're making Aurora Tea Garden movies in April.
Oh, that's fun. Are those mysteries?
You don't remember my Aurora Tea Garden?
I do, yes. Those are on Hallmark?
Yeah.
Does anybody watch Aurora Tea Garden?
No.
No, they wouldn't watch it yet.
It's scary.
Oh, it's scary. Anyway, chapter 6. Jimmy who? Both police officers asked Mr. Collins. I told you that when I moved in, I had new locks and an alarm put in. Well, Jimmy works for the locksmith. Jimmy worked here for almost a week. When he finished, I brought in all these coins. I thought they'd be safe here. Where does Jimmy work? What's the name of the locksmith? The policeman asked. He works for Lenny at Seaside Hardware. It's in the Hamilton shopping mall. If you'll come with us, the policewoman said to Cam, Eric, and Mr. Collins, we'll go there and see what we can find, if we can find Jimmy. Cam and Eric got into the back seat of the police car. Mr. Collins locked the front door of his store, set the alarm, and then got into the back seat too. The policewoman drove the car into the shopping mall parking lot. She parked the car in front of the Seaside Hardware store. Cam, Eric, and Mr. Collins and the 2 police officers went inside the store. Tools and garden supplies filled the front of the store. In the back, behind the counter, there were rows of keys hanging. A bald man wearing a blue shirt stood there. Along the side of the store were books, magazines, candy, and soda machines. The policewoman whispered to Cam, Eric, and Mr. Collins, do you see Jimmy anywhere? Eric pulled on Cam's sleeve and pointed. Someone with dark hair and eyeglasses with red frames was buying something from one of the machines. That's him, Cam whispered to the policeman. Yes, that's Jimmy, Mr. Collins said. The police walked toward the machines. Cam, Eric, and Mr. Collins followed them. Jimmy saw the police coming. He looked frightened, but he didn't run off. He turned back to the machine. As he put his money in, Cam looked straight at him and said, click. All right, young man, the policewoman said. There are a few questions we'd like to ask you and your boss. They led Jimmy back to the back of the store. Are you the locksmith, the policewoman asked the man behind the counter. Yes, I'm Lenny. Did you put new locks and an alarm in Collinson's coin shop? Oh, I see where this is going.
What?
Do you see where this is going?
Absolutely not. I just read this chapter.
You don't. So, we think that Jimmy works at the locksmith, and he's asking if the locksmith just put in locks. So if Jimmy put in the locks, what could Jimmy have gotten?
The coins.
Well, he could have made a key.
Yeah.
I didn't. Jimmy did. He's new here. It was his first job alone, but I checked his work. He did a fine job. Well, the store was robbed. 2 gold coins are missing, and these 2 children saw Jimmy leaving the store when it should have been closed. I didn't take any coins. You can check me, Jimmy said. Jimmy took a pen, a few coins, and some dollar bills from his pants pocket. He put them on the counter.
I know what happened.
Then he turned his pockets inside out. See, I don't have any gold coins. Eric pointed to the red plaid jacket hanging behind the counter. Can we check your jacket too? Cam asked. Jimmy hesitated for a moment, and then he said, sure, check anything you want. You won't find any gold coins.
I know where they are.
Don't tell him.
I just said I knew.
Okay. Don't
Jeez,
give
I
it
can't-
away. Lenny handed the jacket to the policeman. The policeman emptied the pockets. He took out some tissues, chewing gum, and a large ring of keys. The policewoman picked up the keys. What are these for? Well, those are the keys to my house, Jimmy said. Mr. Collins took a ring of keys from his pocket. He compared the 2 sets of keys. Some of these keys look just like mine, said Mr. Collins. Lenny compared the keys. Some of these keys are the same. All right, Jimmy, said the policewoman. You'll have to come with us and answer some questions. What about my coins, asked Mr. Collins. You're not getting any coins back, Jimmy said, because I don't have them. All right, guys, that is the end of chapter 7. So, be sure to ask Mom and Dad to show you Instagram, or they can email me. If you haven't done so already, let me know what book you want me to read next. I have to order it tonight, so it comes in time, okay? So your choices are The Chocolate Touch, Lemonade War, and, oh gosh, there's a third one. It's a brand new book, and I can't think of the name of it. But it's on my Instagram. So think about which one. Sophie, have you read any of them? Which one did you read?
The Lemonade War on the
Chocolate Touch. Which one did you like better, the Lemonade War or the Chocolate Touch?
I don't remember them.
You don't remember?
No.
She's there's no memory of them. Okay, and one more thing, and this is not a have to, but I was thinking that if you want to read a story to me and make a video and send it to me, if it's okay with Mom and Dad, you can do that. Okay, it'd be a great, maybe a fun way to practice your reading while we're at home. So again, something you have to do, but if you want to do it, I would love to listen. All right, everybody, have a great Wednesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.